Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into something that confuses so many of us when someone who seems to care about us the most suddenly pulls away. Have you ever been in a situation where someone who loves you, truly loves you, suddenly goes quiet? They stop texting as often, or they seem distant, almost like they're avoiding you. It hurts, right? And you start questioning everything. You wonder if you did something wrong or if their feelings have changed. But here's the thing. Love isn't always expressed in the way we expect it. Sometimes that distance isn't because they stopped caring, but because they care too much. Yes, you heard that right. In today's video, we'll uncover some surprising reasons why someone who loves you might choose to ignore you, and what these behaviors actually mean. So stick around, because by the end, you might have a whole new understanding of love. 1. Love and fear. Why they pull away. All right, let's start with something powerful. Fear. You might think that love is about closeness, warmth, and being open with one another. And that's true. But love also makes us vulnerable. When someone loves you deeply, it can bring out some of their deepest fears, fears of rejection, loss, or even just getting hurt. Imagine this. They love you so much that they're terrified of losing you. This fear makes them pull back because they don't want to feel exposed. They're afraid that by being close, they're opening themselves up to pain, to the possibility that things might not work out, or that you might hurt them. So ironically, they choose distance. Their silence or lack of response might just be them trying to protect their own heart. Love makes us feel deeply, but those deep feelings can also be scary. Ask yourself, could this distance be their way of shielding themselves from the intensity of their own emotions? When you look at it this way, you might start to see that their ignoring behavior isn't a lack of love, but rather a sign of how much they care. 2. Overthinking. Every move. Next up, let's talk about overthinking. When someone cares deeply about you, they might become overly aware of their actions, wondering constantly if they're doing or saying the right things. Every text, every phone call, every word becomes a source of anxiety. They start to question if they're coming on too strong or saying things that might push you away. And what does overthinking lead to? Silence. Instead of risking a mistake or doing something wrong, they step back. They're unsure of how to act around you because your opinion matters to them so much. They're second-guessing themselves, trying not to mess things up. So to avoid the chance of saying or doing the wrong thing, they hold back, thinking it's better to stay quiet than risk losing you. It's like they're walking on eggshells around their own feelings, trying to balance their love with their fear of getting hurt. Imagine this. Every time they don't reply right away or seem distant, they're likely in a battle with their own thoughts, wondering how to act, what to say, and how to keep you close without coming off as needy. Sometimes, the person who cares the most is also the one who's most afraid to show it. 3. Processing intense emotions. Love can be overwhelming. It's one of the most intense emotions we can feel, and sometimes it's so powerful that it's hard to handle. For some people, falling in love means experiencing a whole mix of feelings: excitement, joy, fear, and even confusion. When the emotions become too strong, they might feel the need to retreat. It's not that they're running away from you, they're stepping back to figure out how to deal with the storm of feelings inside them. This is especially true for people who might not be used to dealing with such strong emotions. Ignoring you, in this case, isn't about rejecting you. It's about creating a space where they can process what they feel. If someone you love suddenly pulls away, try to see it as a moment of reflection for them. They're not pushing you out. They're working through their own emotions, trying to understand what's happening inside themselves. Give them that space, and they'll come back to you when they're ready. 4. Fear of appearing too needy. Now let's talk about the fear of being seen as needy or clingy. We live in a world where people often think that showing too much love or attention makes them look desperate. Some people might feel that if they're always reaching out or wanting to be around you, you'll see them as too dependent. So what do? They create distance, almost as if they're testing themselves. They ignore the very person they want to be close to, all to appear strong and independent. It's like they're saying, "I don't need you," even though in reality, they're longing to be closer to you. Have you ever felt that someone's silence or distance was actually their way of protecting their pride or their image? Sometimes ignoring you is their way of showing strength, even if it's not what they truly feel inside. They're trying to hide their vulnerability, and that can be one of the most confusing signs in love. 5. Testing your feelings. Finally, some people use distance as a way to gauge your response. This might sound like playing games, but it's often more innocent than that. They're genuinely curious about how you'll react if they take a step back. Will you miss them? Will you reach out? By creating a little distance, they're trying to understand how much you care about them. They want to know if their absence affects you, or if you're just as happy without them. For them, your reaction gives insight into how you feel. It's almost like they're saying, "Do you feel the same way about me as I do about you?" If you feel that someone is distancing themselves to test your feelings, remember, this isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding where you both stand. Sometimes, a person who loves deeply might want reassurance just like anyone else. So there you have it. 5 reasons why someone who truly loves you might ignore you. Remember, love isn't always easy to understand, and sometimes the most meaningful relationships can come with moments of confusion. The next time someone you care about goes silent, take a step back before jumping to conclusions. Think about the reasons we've discussed today and consider the possibility that their silence is a reflection of the depth of their feelings, not a lack of them. And most importantly, communication is key. If you feel ignored or distant, talk to them. Let them know how you feel and give them the chance to explain. Sometimes, a simple conversation can bring so much clarity. If this video helped you understand love in a new way, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more relationship insights and advice. We love hearing from you, so leave a comment below about any experiences you've had with these kinds of confusing behaviors. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.